Hi, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to find the derivative of a function using the quotient rule. As the name suggests, we will be applying this rule for quotient of expressions. Let's say, for example, we want to find the derivative of f of x equals 3x plus 2 divided by 4x minus 3. So let me show you how the quotient rule works. Now, if the function is written as, f of x is equal to u over v, meaning to say there is an expression u as a numerator and an expression v as the denominator, just like 3x plus 2 and 4x minus 3 respectively. To get the derivative of this function, which is denoted by f prime of x, the rule is simply you copy the v multiplied by the derivative of the u, du over dx, and then subtract. This time copy the u and then multiply it by the derivative of the v, and everything, all these expressions together, divided by the square of the v. Now in some references they write u and v as high and low. This is done so that they can easily remember the formula for the quotient rule. So using the high over low, this formula can be seen as low and then d high, meaning to say you get the derivative of the high, the numerator, minus high, the numerator u, times d low, meaning to say the derivative of the low, and then everything divided by the low squared. So it will be up to you how you would like to memorize the formula for the quotient rule. You can simply use v times du over dx minus u times dv over dx over v squared, or simply say low d high minus high d low over low squared. So to apply the rule in the given example, we have f of x is equal to 3x plus 2 over 4x minus 3. So to do that, so let's copy our function. F of x is equal to 3x plus 2 divided by 4x minus 3. It will be helpful if you will rename them as u and over v. In this way, you can easily follow the formula for the quotient rule. To get the derivative, write the symbol for the derivative. Do not copy f of x. You have to write f prime of x. So the formula says v du, so refer here v du over dx minus u dv over dx. So v is 4x minus 3 times du over dx, the derivative of u. So derivative of u is 3. Then minus, it says u dv over dx. So that's u is 3x plus 2. Multiply it by the derivative of the v, which is equal to 4. And then everything divided by the square of the v, or the low, we have 4x minus 3 squared. So by simply following the formula for the quotient rule, we were able to come up with the expression for the derivative. Now the next thing to do is to simplify what we have. So simply distribute whatever values we can distribute. You can maintain the parentheses first to avoid mistakes in the sign. You have 3 times 4x is 12x, and then minus 9, and this one minus, so 4 goes to 3, that's a 12x, 4 goes to 2, that is a positive 8. Now again, you can always do it directly, like remove the parentheses, but just to avoid those common mistakes in distributing expressions, I suggest you place them inside the parentheses. Now after that, you simplify it by removing the expression from the parentheses. So 12x minus 9, and you have minus 12x, and minus 8, divided by 4x minus 3 raised to 2 or squared. And then continue simplifying the expression. You have 12x minus 12x, so these two together will become 0. Negative 9 minus 8 is negative 17, and then divided by 4x minus 3 squared. And that's basically the derivative of the function given. So with this, you can still expand if you want. The 4x minus 3 squared, you have 16x squared, 4x and 3 times 2, that will be 24x, and then plus 9, and that will be the expanded form of the denominator. So either you stay with the negative 17 over 4x minus 3 squared, or you can expand the denominator and make it 16x squared minus 24x plus 9. So that's how we apply the quotient rule. So again, let's have a quick review. If the function is given as a quotient of two expressions, you can rename them as u and v, or high over low, and follow the formula v, the low, times du over dx, the derivative of the high, minus u, the high, times the derivative of v with respect to x, that is dv over dx, which is the low, and then you have everything divided by low squared, or the v squared. So as I suggested, you can use low d high minus high d low over low squared to easily remember the quotient rule. To test your understanding, I'll be leaving with you an exercise. Find the derivative of f of x equals 5x minus 4 over 3x plus 7. So use the quotient rule to find the derivative of this function. You may tap the pause button now so that you can work on the problem, and then tap play again to reveal the answer. And the answer to this exercise is, please compare your answer to the one shown on the screen. If your answer is the same with the answer key, then that means you now understand how to apply the quotient rule in finding the derivative of a function which is expressed as a quotient of two expressions. So that's all for this video. I hope that you know now how to apply the quotient rule in finding the derivative of a function. That's it. Thank you and goodbye.